Hello everyone, and welcome to another edition of Your Schools. I'm Ann Baldwin, joined today by someone I'm sure you already recognize, Dr. Christine Mahoney, Superintendent of East Granby Public Schools. Thank you for being here.
It is my pleasure.
So we wanted to have this opportunity to chat with you just about the amazing things that are happening in East Granby right now in the school system. So let's kind of, here we are, spring has sprung. How is the school system going? I understand you recently got some accolades again.
Yes, we have actually. As you know, we have a small school district. We have 4 schools. 2 elementary schools, a middle school, and East Granby High School. And all 4 schools have done really well so far this year. They have been doing well for many, many years, but I think we are at the point where we are seeing the hard work of all of our teachers, our paraprofessionals, and all of our support staff really paying off. Our students are phenomenal. They work very hard, they're very engaged, they're passionate, they're energetic, and they are really applying themselves in and out of the classroom. Most recently, we learned that our students performed really well on the new Smarter Balanced assessments that were given in the spring. We now have 2 schools in the district who are schools of distinction. Our R.D. Seymour School, which is our grade 3 to 5 elementary school, and East Granby High School.
Let me ask you, a school of distinction. So what is the criteria for that? Because I know there aren't that many in the state, and for you, East Granby, to have 2 schools as a school of distinction, that's a big deal.
It is a big deal. As a matter of fact, the high school is one of only 5 high schools in the state to earn that particular accolade of School of Distinction. And that accolade comes based on student participation in the Smarter Balance assessments, obviously the students' performance on the particular tests, English language arts and mathematics in particular, and the fact that our students across the board, including all of our subgroups, our English language learners, our students with special needs, all of our students did really well. And therefore, that put us above many of our peers, many of the other school districts in our DIRG, and certainly many above, the schools in the state, to the point where we just really rose to the top.
That's fantastic. Another thing that I find unique about East Granby schools, you've also got a great 5th-year program partnership that you actually put together a few years back. Yes. With Asnuntuck Community College. I would have transferred my kids to East Granby schools had I known that, because you can get up to 30 college credits by the time that you graduate, and they're virtually free because those are credits that you put in your portfolio and then transfer them on to higher education. That's amazing.
It is amazing, and the way we are able to do that is by working out a partnership with Asnuntuck Community College and having our students participate in their College Connections program, in addition to having some courses that are articulated with Asnuntuck Community College. So between the College Connections program and the articulated courses, yes, our students can earn 30 credits and be able to transfer those credits to the college. The 5th year is the year after they graduate from our high school, and during that 5th year they spend their time at Asnuntuck Community College and also participate in an internship. An internship at a manufacturing place somewhere in East Granby, or it could be at another business that is run by a different manufacturer but also is connected with Asnuntuck Community College. And if our students do really well,
they get hired.
That internship is paid. Yep. Could be a paid
Wow.
internship, and also they could be hired right away.
I've always told people, put 150% into an internship because it could lead to employment.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Let's talk a little bit about also, I was reading that you've gotten quite a few grants. We know that budgets are tight not only in East Granby, but budgets are tight in almost every school community, you know, across the state and beyond. So I know that your administration, your business official, and others, your school board, all support, you do a lot of grant writing, that you go out there and you look for grants to help keep up with technology, which is changing all the time. So talk a little bit about that, how that helps you supplement the education that kids receive in East Granby.
Yes, we have a very supportive community, first of all. And our parent organization, for example, in East Granby donates about $25,000 per year to the school district. That
Wow.
enables us to do many, many things for our students. In addition to that, I apply for many state grants, and through those grants, we're able to support the academic program. We're able to support our technology infrastructure in terms of being able to provide equipment for our faculty and our students. And also with those grants, we're able to put in initiatives that we know are best practices that will support the work that we do and enable our students to perform at higher levels. We also have business partners in East Granby who contribute to our schools, and one particular company, the Rockbesta Superintendent Cable Corp, they provide for us each year through their own generosity grant funding between $5,000 to $7,000 per year, but it is something that makes a difference. Every bit
Absolutely.
counts. And so at this juncture, the grants that we get in East Granby total about $1 million, and that includes federal dollars and state dollars as well as local dollars. $1 million in a small budget of $15 million
Right.
is quite a bit.
Makes a big difference.
Makes a big difference.
But with grants, you can't always count on those. Those monies come, but those monies may go. And I've seen firsthand by sitting in on, you know, the school board meetings and the finance committees meetings that, you know, your district runs a pretty tight ship, you know, and it costs money to educate kids. So let's kind of weave into the budget conversation a little bit, because you have certain things that make up, if you look at the budget like a pie, certain pieces of the pie that can't budge. For example, special education costs, or salaries, you know, teacher salaries and benefits. There's certain things that just remain a constant. And when you put all those pieces in the pie, there's not a whole lot left over that you're spending on education.
That's correct.
I'm editorializing, but I don't really think I'm too far off track.
But that's a very important point, and the grants that we get are really important to us, and we work very hard to make sure that we are using the grant funding very efficiently and very effectively to support the programs. And what we try to do with the programs we put in place is to arrange them so that they help us to build capacity. For example, we make sure that the individuals who are involved in these initiatives are properly trained, so that if the grant funding should go away, we would still have the ability to perhaps reorganize and restructure and still continue the programs for our students. The town has been very supportive and has been you know, very proud of the accomplishments of the school, and they provide funding to us through a very involved process. The community is quite engaged in that particular process, but I think they understand the needs that we have, and they understand the challenges that we face, and it's not just East Granby. Every community
Right.
has its challenges, but I'm sure that they understand that there are costs that we cannot control.
Right. There's maintenance, there's, you know, there's just, you know, unforeseen situations that could happen. So Dr. Mahoney, what is your message to your school community, to your entire East Granby community, as we go through this budget process? People are getting, you know, information. Hopefully you're staying informed. There's so much information on East Granby's website. You hold regular school board meetings, which are publicized on your website, finance committee meetings. So if people don't know, there are places where you can go and really get the unfiltered information about what's really going on behind the scenes. Because this isn't money that's going into your pocket or the board's pocket. It's going to educate the kids.
Well, the primary message is this. East Granby has 4 phenomenal, high-performing schools. Schools that they can be proud of. I've been in that community for a total of 16 years, and I've been able to see the growth and to see how that community has really come together around the schools, and that's admirable. And at this point, I would just encourage them to continue to support the schools as much as they can. Our meetings are posted, as you said, and I do have Your School series that was video recorded with GCTV and is aired, and those recordings are there for them to learn more about each of the schools. So we just want our community to continue to support the schools. The schools are performing at very high levels, and it is perhaps the best thing going in any community is the performance of schools. Absolutely. And I think East Granby has every reason to be very proud. For a small district with a small budget and not a lot of other resources, I think we have done really, really well, exceptionally well, and that's something that every community can be proud of. We have people moving into town for our schools. As recent as yesterday, we got a call from someone who wants to move into town, and they just had a few questions, and so we were able to very proudly answer those questions for them, and they were saying, okay, great, that's what we were told. Right. So it is a wonderful thing for the community to have very high performing schools. I think it is the shining star in that town, the East Granby Public Schools.
Well, you said it very well. It's certainly, you know, the pillar that holds up a community, whether it's property values, you know, lifestyle, whatever it might be. It really is important, whether you've got kids in the district or not. You know, it impacts everybody in the entire community. So congratulations to you and your entire team for continuing to do just a fantastic job. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Again, Dr. Christine Mahoney, in this edition of Your Schools, I'm Ann Baldwin. Thank you so much for watching.